with another YouTube video. I hope that y'all are having a great day. Y'all already know all positive vibes over here, no negative energy. But anyways, in this video, I am going to be spilling the tea about my old manager. And I just felt the need that I want to do this video because I'm just really trying to figure out, how is this man still a manager? And I'm gonna start from the beginning and we gonna dig deep and I'm just gonna put it on the floor. I'm gonna dig deep. So, okay. So, like I said in one of my vlogs, I was working at this hotel in Southfield. It was called Extended Stay. I started working there in September of 2018. And we have, like I said, we have been through so many manager after manager. I think we had about like at least 10 or 12 managers that we had been through. Because the manager, when I first started there, they moved her. She had transferred. They transferred her to Ken. We've been through and I'm not gonna I'm trying to make this story long, but long story short, we got this other manager. He was from Ann Arbor, and they brought this man over thinking that he was a good manager, and come to find out, he really wasn't a good manager. And it was like a whole bunch of red flags about this manager. And I'm still trying to figure out, how is he still a manager? And you working for a different hotel, and you still getting bad. This man is still getting bad reviews about him, and you working at a whole new hotel, and you still getting bad reviews about you. What is that telling y'all? How you still getting bad reviews about you, and you're supposed to be a manager? And I'm gonna call out the red flags, because when the man had got here, because like I said, he was from Ann Arbor. So when he came over to our location in Southfield, we was thinking that he was a good manager and stuff. And as the time had went on, we started seeing that he started changing. And one of the red flags is, first of all, when we tried to tell you something, when me and my other coworker had tried to tell you something, you never wanted to listen to us. And that's where you went wrong at, because you never wanted to listen to us, never wanted to listen to nothing that we tried to tell you. And look where it got you. But like I said, I don't understand, how are you still a manager? Like, come on. I'm really trying to figure out, how are you still a manager and you're still getting bad reviews? And let's clock some tea, okay? The first red flag, when we tried to tell you that some of the other housekeepers wasn't changing sheets on the bed, you never did nothing about it. That was a red flag, because if we telling you that other housekeepers aren't changing the sheets on the bed and you ain't listening, and you're supposed to be the manager, and you're supposed to take note of that and go talk to the other housekeepers and figure out what's going on, but you never wanted to do that. You just wanted to be in your own little world. Another red flag about this man, when he said he didn't believe in writing nobody up. That was another red flag, because my thing is, how are you a manager and you don't believe in writing people up? That was definitely a red flag. And then my thing is, another red flag, you never wanted to listen to nothing that I tried to tell you. You never wanted to listen to nothing that me and Crystal tried to tell you. Every time we would try to tell you something, every time we would try to tell this man something, he would get mad at us. And we was making it seem like we was the problem for saying something to you about the other staff. We just trying to tell you so you can do your job like you're supposed to. But like I said, this man, he really thought I was the problem. He made it seem like I was trying to get everybody in trouble, just making it seem like I was the bad person, and trying to take his anger out on me when I didn't have nothing to do with none of that. I was just trying to be a good coworker and tell you that your workers ain't doing their job. But this man never wanted to listen. Like I said, he never wanted to listen to me. I always thought I was trying to get people in trouble and wanted to be funny and try to cut my days for no reason. And like I said, that's why I say God don't like ugly, because if you're a manager, you can't go around treating your staff any kind of way, trying to get back at your staff for stuff, trying to just doing malicious stuff to your staff, and you're supposed to be a manager. And what's really crazy to me is every hotel that this man worked at, he then got fired from. Because you're like, how every hotel that you worked at, you got fired from? Because you're not a good man. This man is not a good manager. He was not a good manager. And then another red flag is, how are you lying about your mother being dead, and come to find out your mother was really in the nursing home? But then a few months later, after our hotel changed the name, come to find out his mother had passed away. That's why I said you cannot be joking like that. You cannot play like that about your mom being dead and then she really gone for real, because you sitting up here lying because you didn't want to do your job. You didn't want to come in to do your job as a manager. And that's why I said I'm literally trying to figure out, how are you still a manager? How is this man still a manager? Like I said, every hotel that this man worked at, he didn't got fired from. Because you trying to put on this show, put on this act like you're a good manager when you're really not a good manager. And I'm just flabbergasted. And that's why again, God don't like ugly, because when our hotel changed the name, this hotel I worked at, they changed the name of the hotel, and they fired you because they knew you was a poor manager. You was a have no good manager, and you still not a good manager. You still not a good manager. Still not a good manager. Still not a good manager. And it's crazy, because how did they? I'm just trying, like I said, I'm trying to figure out how you get hired at a hotel downtown, and you're still getting complaints about you. Like, you're still getting complaints about you. You're literally still getting complaints about you, and you're not a good manager. That's why I say, that's how I'm saying, if you're in the hotel hospitality business, or whatever, if you're a management in a whatever setting that you are in, you have to watch how you treat your employees, because nowadays you can't find good employees, because you have managers that try to run the staff away. And another thing is, I always came to work and did my job. I always came to work. When I was working at the hotel, I always came to work and did my job. But no, this man had half of his housekeepers calling off on him. Me and Crystal was the only one doing our job, but you had the other housekeepers not doing their job. They like, let's clock the tea. Okay, Latoya, that she was never doing her job. She wasn't changing the sheets on the bed. She was always stealing your towels and everything. She was still always stealing your towels and sheets and pillowcases, and and that's why this man let this housekeeper steal his laundry and didn't even know that she was stealing it, and then tried to act like I was stealing his laundry, but it was really Latoya stealing your laundry. You had Jessica, she was nasty too, wasn't changing the sheets. And just half the housekeepers was nasty, just nasty. You had, what's her name, Tashari? She wasn't changing the sheets either. Jennifer wasn't changing the sheets either. All them housekeepers that you had hired was nasty. Never changed sheets on the bed. That's why I'm saying this man was not a good manager. And he's still not a good manager, because how will you work at a whole new hotel, and you're still getting bad reviews about you? Bad reviews about you because your attitude is horrible. This man is not a good manager at all. And I'm just saying, and I'm just wanted to let y'all know, if you are in the Detroit area, do not stay at the Cambria Hotel downtown. And I'm letting this be a warning to y'all. If you are in the Detroit area, do not stay at the Cambria Hotel, because the manager there is horrible. And if you trying to get a job or something at that hotel, do not apply for there, because the manager there is horrible. Do not, and I'm repeat, do not stay at the Cambria Hotel downtown, because the manager is horrible. He doesn't do his job. He has a nasty attitude. He's rude and altogether disrespectful. No, do not stay there. Do not. And I'm saying it again. Do not stay at the Cambria Hotel downtown, because that's the tea. And then another thing is, how do you have a membership at the gym and they cancel your membership at the gym because you owe a membership right off. You didn't even pay your membership right off. That's why they cancel your membership. But again, like I said, if you're in the Detroit area, do not stay at the Cambria Hotel, because the manager is horrible down there. And I will be adding the review onto my thumbnail. So yeah. Anyways, this is the end of the video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Subscribe to my channel, and I will catch y'all in the next video.
There's news, I done did that before. I turn nothing to something. My comeback on 100. Let's talk it, more action. You just gon' see coming.